Hello everybody and welcome back to my learning space. I am making this video because I have been obsessed with polyrhythms. I'm not really a fan of odd time signatures, but I do love polyrhythms. I know that seems like kind of a contradiction. So I know of a really cool backing tracks application that has been able to help me practice polyrhythms over existing repertoire of jazz standards. And the app is called Genius Jam Tracks. What is a polyrhythm? It's having a measure of, let's say, 4 and then subdividing it in perfect equal amounts. I'm gonna tap a 4 on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And I'm gonna do a 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I imagine all the other 4 3s and 6 7s you could do. Why would you even want to check out polyrhythms? I have played with drummers in live settings that do the weirdest things, you know, and I'm just like, if you're not au fait with playing around with time, sometimes you can find yourself getting lost within the time and not knowing where the 1 is. Also, as an improviser, it creates such flexibility and kind of like a fresh approach. When you think of musicians like Robert Glasper, I mean, when you listen to his live versions, his drummer is so flexible with his time. They can take something so simple and break it down into something so complex, and not just harmonically complex, but rhythmically complex. And I think that whole soul, new age jazz, young scene that's happening in America right now, these musicians are really, really versatile on a harmonic level, obviously, but I don't think we should underestimate their rhythmic capability and flexibility that has a lot to do with the arrangements and the level of improvisation that they are able to reach. This is a version of Eye of the Hurricane performed by Christian Scott, really one of my favorite artists. This performance is actually not too old. It was like in 2021, I believe. They were playing at the Newport Jazz Festival. And if you listen to Eye of the Hurricane, the way that they did it, listen to the interludes that the drummer does when the band is out. Genius Jam Tracks has a bunch of cool standards that are neatly packed in alphabetical order. It has a plethora of standards that we're all familiar with. And since I'm working over the song So What, I'm going to show you the features in this standard. This is the standard lead sheet page. And if you look at the bottom here, we have a jam session mode and a practice mode. If you go over to practice mode, you'll see you have some categories, ratios, groupings, and other. And you can select whether you want those changes to take effect on piano, bass, or drums. So ratios gives you a 2 against 3, 5 against 3 polyrhythmic options, a number of options. Groupings, you can group it in eighth notes in groups of 2. And other is just kind of like a feel, anticipation feel, double time, half time, a dotted quarter, increase or decrease harmonic complexity. Now I'm going to try an exercise for myself in the practice mode, and I'm going to do a 2 against 5 ratio. I'm going to leave the grouping in quavers in groups of 3 or eighth notes in groups of 3, and I've selected dotted quarter notes for the feel. Let's see what that sounds like. cool thing actually about Genius Jam Tracks is the fact that it doesn't, when you choose different polyrhythmic ideas, it doesn't actually play polyrhythms every measure, like every measure. It kind of gives you like a live setting idea, because obviously in a live setting the drummer will probably be mostly playing a 4, whatever the main time signature is. So it's really cool. The folks at Genius Jam Tracks really thought about the little things. So the jam session mode kind of randomizes where the polyrhythms happen. Sometimes you'll have linear, sometimes you have polyrhythm, whereas with the practice mode you can actually set for yourself the ratios and the groupings that you want to have within the band. And within the jam session mode you can increase or decrease the rhythmic complexity. The higher you go, the more hectic and more often that the polyrhythms will occur. Harmonic complexity, it goes from triads at the low level, and at the highest levels it does chord substitutions. The harmonic complexity can be pretty cool for horn players. So for example, I will do a jam session mode and I'll put the rhythmic complexity to 5. Let's put the harmonic complexity at a 4, and let's have a jam session. Some of the other cool features that this app has, if you look at the top right hand, you've got a edit option where the pencil is. You can actually click on the bar and you can change some of the chords if perhaps you want the piano to play something different over a standard. Like, you know, that's pretty cool because standards typically have a set chord progressions. So if you have 1 or 2 really cool chords that, you know, is a concept that you've been working on, you can add these chords on here, like literally anywhere. You can also, if you click on song form, you can change the time signature to a 5/4, 6/4, whatever. I'm gonna put on a 5/4 and we'll see what that looks like. So basically the measure that you click it on, or the bar that you click it on, is where the 5/4 will be. So be sure to click on the first bar if obviously you want the whole song to be in 5/4. Can also change the song style, bossa, New Orleans. And finally, there are some preset exercises which are pretty cool. Bird blues. So nice. How nice that there is a preset chart for you to play along with of the bird blues. We've got a 1/4/5 blues, you know, that is more traditional blues as opposed to the typical 12-bar blues in jazz. Really cool preset exercises here, like a 1-chord dominant exercise, which is really cool. You literally play over 1 chord over and over again. The new version of Genius Jam Tracks, which is the one that I took you through today, is available currently on iOS. There is an Android version, but it does not have all the updated features that the new version does. But I have used the Android version for a while, and it does have some really cool polyrhythm exercises that you can use. The folks at Genius Jam Tracks are working on the updated version for Android, and you can look forward to that in the next coming months. Otherwise, it's available on iOS. Genius Jam Tracks can be purchased alone or as part of a bundle, which would include Pitch Bop. Pitch Bop is an ear training application that can be really useful to help build your ear when you are on the go. So guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you didn't like it, you can still leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.